I don't have good success opening the guard from a seated position. Just doesn't work for me very well, to be honest with you guys. I don't feel like I have good enough power, create enough distance, any of those things. It's just often very difficult for me unless I try to bait something, which is dangerous, so I'd rather not do that. So, with that said, I'm going to get into a standing position within the close guard. So again, we're starting postured up, right? My opponent's looking to break my posture in straight grips. And the battle here is for me to keep hands on ribs or hands on hips, elbows inside. We don't want elbows flared, obviously, femorals, things like that. Exactly. And we don't want our hands crossing center lines, setting up arm bars, triangles, arm drags, all that jazz, right? So again, we stay postured. A good rule of thumb is like I almost want to be like looking at the ceiling. I want a straight spine. Kind of back on my heels here, right? And then again, elbows inside. I don't do any of this. I know some guys that are like new do like the elbow grinding. I'm gonna be honest with you guys, it's either A, not gonna work, or it's just gonna annoy the person on the bottom. Anybody who's worth their weights, not gonna open their guard because you're grinding your elbow on the inside of their thigh. But the elbows do rest there, okay? So rest it, elbows inside, hands on hips. What I'm gonna do, as I look to set up here, I'm gonna get up on my toes. I'm gonna look to go thumbs up in my opponent's armpits. Boom, boom, okay? I'm going to put weight down on his shoulders, and I'm going to hop up to my feet. Boom. Okay? This is doing a couple things. This is keeping me squared up to my opponent. It's also making it a little bit more difficult for him to control arms. It's making it difficult for him to grab on my feet with these grips here. Okay? The next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to start to line my feet up. I'm going to put one knee right behind my opponent's butt, and the other leg a little bit far back. Okay? Then I'm going to look to come up and be pushing down on my opponent's ribs as I sit back and slice my knee up through the guard. Okay? This is what I use to break the guard. This is what I'm going to most times when I look to break the guard. Let's do a pass. So what I'm going to do once I slice this, I'm going to go same side knee. Okay? I'm going to drive this knee forward up here. I'm going to look to pin this knee to the mat and then staple my knee to the mat here. Okay? I'm leaving this foot behind so that the leg is stapled. Okay? I'm going to dig an underhook and a cross face and drive pressure forward. Okay, looking to keep my opponent's shoulders flat to the mat. I'm going to windshield wiper my legs so one goes free. The other one now staples the leg. I move my knee up to my opponent's armpit, free the other knee, and give you a good side control. Okay? From the top. Again, stay postured up, not letting my opponent have too much head control. Keeping my arms from crossing over center line, right? I'm going to move my hands up into my opponent's armpits, thumbs up position, up on my toes, eventually coming into a standing position, right? I'm going to start to move one knee behind my opponent's butt, the other leg back. I generally don't like to stay in a squared up position with my opponent for too long. If he starts grabbing ankles and things like that, it's bad news bears for me. So I move into the staggered position, move my hands to his ribs and push down as I continue to drive the knee up through the closed guard. I'm going to start driving forward here, again, like kind of into the back of his leg, as I pin this knee to the this knee that's on the same side as my knee that's sliced up, pin to the mat here. Okay, I'm going to look to dive an underhook and a cross face, and come chest to chest my opponent as I continue to drive forward. Please notice that I still have the leg stapled. If I don't have that stapled, he's going to hit me in a half guard, and I have to deal with that. I don't want it, okay? We drive and have pressure. I'm going to windshield wiper my legs so that I continue to have that leg stapled. I move this knee up into my opponent's armpit. Now I can free the final leg, knee to hip, and come into a good side control. One more time. Real simple, like nice and postured, hands in armpits, on my toes, standing position, align your legs with the knee down the middle, hands on ribs, slice through the guard. I'm going to come push this knee to the mat and staple the leg. Again, as I continue to drive forward, looking for an underhook and a cross face, chest to chest with my opponent, flattening them out. Windshield wiper the legs, drive the knee to the armpit. The other knee now comes down into side control. All right, guys, let's try it. 1, 2, 3.